This ain't my first rodeo.
There you go. Damn, dude.
We got a professional on the podcast
Yeah. I know how to
this
turn a
week.
microphone on.
Marty doesn't fucking pull any punches, dude.
What's up? Welcome to the Buff Boys. Matt Maran, Joe Gorman with our guest this week. You can see him every Thursday night at Talon Bar, every Friday night at QED. Marty Cunnie.
Hi guys.
What's up?
Hey guys. Are we here to talk about the Vince McMahon stuff?
Damn, you know what? That was so funny. Matt was sharing it in a group chat today.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? We're just going to make sure it just comes into play. But yeah, let's get right into it.
Let's let it come up naturally.
Yeah.
We got the perfect guest this week. Someone who just said, "So we're going to talk about Vince McMahon right off the bat."
That's awesome.
Well, it's kind of funny that it's like he's one of these guys that's like, oh, there's been controversy. Like he should have any company that he didn't start himself, he would have been booted out of.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Decades ago.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's like wrestling is in such like a niche place at that time where
No one really gave a shit.
And he's kind of like exempt. It's almost like expected because that was like the brand they built.
Because he's $1 billion carny.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
whoever
like-
is the guy that ended up taking over wrestling was going to just be who's like the best businessman of all the carnies.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this guy got headbutted and bled all over a ring with billions of dollars. His ring that he paid for, there's billions of dollars, and he was 75 years old.
Yeah.
And then we're like, he's probably a weird sex creep. He's probably now it's like now they keep turning up the heat. It used to be like, oh, he covered up stuff, and now it's like, oh, he is actually the worst.
Well, the texts are like out on Twitter
Oh my
now,
God.
where he's like talking about shitting on girls' heads or whatever.
Yeah, running trains on people.
How fucking cool is it that some guy in his 70s knows how to sext?
Right?
You know,
Yeah.
because usually
Well, he doesn't understand paragraph breaks.
Yeah,
we
well,
know that.
I was reading
just
some
fucking wall of
I
text
was
I
reading
gotta
some of the
read
text,
through.
and I'm like, is this really like guy in his Finn Bubs?
Got a little own wrestling going on here.
Yeah,
Is
they
this-
always do that.
Is this guy in his 70s really saying like you and your, like the letter U and
I was
you
his
are?
abbreviations that he figured out. I was like, oh, I'm surprised. Like,
That's cool.
He's actually on top of things.
He's a busy man, dude.
Yeah.
He's got. I don't have time to spell out the whole damn word. You know what I mean.
You know goddamn well what I'm telling you, bitch.
That's awesome. Damn, dude. Yeah, and like he had like dildos named after wrestlers.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing is I haven't like read into all of it yet.
Oh man, Matt read it fucking
just said-
thoroughly.
No, I haven't. I read the
Thoroughly, dude.
text.
I put my
And I
Reddit
saw
on a timer
some-
because I'm at too much. And,
Yeah.
like today's one of those
Yeah.
days I'm like, I gotta turn that timer.
And apparently, like the one accuser in the case that's coming out now, apparently Vince is like texting about how I just showed the pictures you sent me to 12 of the tech guys. They all think you're sexy.
Nice, dude.
Dude.
What a compliment.
And
Imagine having that boss too.
Yeah.
It's just like a guy walk around like, look at this bitch. Yeah. Check these tits out, aren't they nice?
He shares the wealth, baby,
Yeah.
from all the employees. That's how you get
Yeah.
a good boss.
Well, he was apparently telling them all, like, they all want you. You can all have her. And the thing that's come out is that Brock Lesnar's contract was up, and to help re-sign him, he sent, like, nudes of this girl.
nice.
And then
dude.
Brock apparently asked her, once he re-signed, got her number, asked her to send him a video of her urinating.
Brock, dude.
Damn. Brock.
And it's,
I would if Brock told me to do that, I would do it.
I mean, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude, I'd be terrified
I'd be-
otherwise, dude.
Yeah. That fucking horse of a man.
Crying the entire time,
Yeah.
man. That's
Yeah,
scary.
That's how he likes it.
It's fucking scary. Like that guy's been scary for like over 20 years. You know, it's like
It's hard to decide if he's like scary. Like when he was younger, he was more jacked and looked more like a maniac. But now he looks like an old wizened Viking, and I'm like, ooh, this is much more. This is
Yeah.
like he looks
It's
like a bad
now,
guy.
Now
like
he's
God
now
of
he's
War.
jacked, but with knowledge.
yeah.
he's got that fucking crazy fucking dagger tattoo right on his chest.
The giant dick.
Yeah,
that
isn't
he,
that- it's
I
like
mean,
fucking-
though, that's how strong you have to be to not get made fun of for getting that tattoo.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
No
maybe
one has
it-
ever made fun of Brock Lesnar's tattoos, and
I mean, to his
and
face.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, it literally. I mean, just with cum coming out of the top of
Yeah.
it. It's supposed to look like blood, which kind of looks like my blood or my
Yeah.
cum sometimes. You know, we've all been
Hell
there,
yeah, dude.
right?
Yeah.
Right after WWE got signed to Netflix too.
Raw, like the
timing.
day after.
Well, the other thing is,
which is like one of the biggest deals.
yeah.
It's
Well, that's
huge.
Netflix
what's
is signed.
Netflix is apparently coming out with like a big Vince McMahon documentary that's
Yeah.
gonna go into all the details of this.
Well, of course, like it's like nothing real about him is going to come out,
Right.
maybe ever, because like he's got control over like every story that comes out about him has to have access to people that he has control over.
We forget that he came back from the dead after Chris Benoit murdered his family.
That is true.
He was like, it's like, damn, you walk into a damn limousine, it explodes,
And you
and
think
the next day you're crying about this fucking guy who murdered his family.
Yeah.
We'll never forget Chris Benoit
Yeah.
and his noble sacrifice, cleansing the world of one fucking potential wrestler and one ex-wife. Isn't that cool that he has like another son, like Nathan Benoit?
David Benoit.
Yeah.
Nathan
Oh,
is
really?
Randy Orton's brother, who we know
Nice.
personally.
my best friend.
There's
Nathan
a comedian.
Orton.
You know, Nathan Orton does comedy.
I did not know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been
Matt
friend of the
idolizes
pod.
him.
Friend of the pod. He's been
like,
on.
Punchlines come out of nowhere.
Yeah. So Nathan, if I book you on Comedy Fight Club, you think your brother would show up? You think he's got an indie match in him? But I think it's fucking cool that Chris Benoit's son like still tries to keep the Benoit name.
Yeah.
It's
And he's like, I'm gonna be such a good wrestler. People are gonna forget that my dad
Bro,
killed
like
people.
that's like Hitler's kid.
I
like,
know.
Being like, I'm getting into politics.
I'm gonna try to fix. Let's try to fix this branding issue.
We're gonna
Yeah.
fix this name. No one's gonna even remember that guy.
They were like, it's like, dude, you're a good wrestler. Just change your name.
Just change
He's like,
it.
not
Just
happening.
Yeah.
even like fucking what's his like Pillman's kid changed.
Yeah,
his
he just
name,
he
you know?
just changed
like,
it. A lot of them will like change their name because they're like, I don't really want to have to live in the shadow. But Benoit's son is like, I'm doing it.
I'm going big.
Yeah.
You guys are cowards.
They're
Yeah.
never gonna be able to sign him. They're never gonna.
No one's gonna be able to sign up.
David Benoit is all elite. What would they call him? The Nordic track.
Yeah.
They have to give him something good.
I want. Yeah.
Damn,
it's-
you know, like they'd fucking use that in a work too. It's like, well, big words from a man whose father killed his fucking wife. Dude. Like they're gonna bring that shit up.
The young bucks.
Yeah.
Just being
Yeah.
like, what's up, shooter?
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
In WWE, they wouldn't bring it up. AEW, I'm sure it would.
AEW, I mean, I'm sure there's like everybody at every indie show he's ever done has just been like, can I do it?
Yeah.
Can I do it? Should I go for it? Like,
Yeah.
we're all thinking it, right?
Yeah. That is what
Somebody
like.
in the audience is going to yell it if I don't.
Yeah. I wonder if, like, because Netflix is coming out with a Vince McMahon doc that's apparently going to go into the allegations, maybe they're just going to tiptoe around it. But if they really do go in and know about it, like, the people doing this documentary at Netflix know, but also other people at Netflix are like, yeah, but we'll still give them a $5 billion deal.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, nothing really surprises me about the guy.
Yeah.
And-
He's also not, like, the main guy there anymore.
Not anymore. They got taken over by
He's-
TKO.
yeah.
But he's still like the face of it all. Like
Not really.
not anymore.
I don't know.
But
It's like the way.
The Rock just got signed on the board.
That's fun. Oh yeah, he owns this
He's
name
kind
now.
of been phased out as a face. It's like that has been like the past like year and a half. I mean, he was out and then he was back in for a bit with
Yeah.
that crazy fucking John Waters mustache.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Which is insane.
He came
that,
back and like he had his hair dyed.
like
and
he was like
everything.
evil twin, which is like you are the evil
You
twin.
look like
already.
Zorro.
Yeah. Like who are you trying to fool here?
Yeah.
And then he bounces back out and you're like, okay, and then the allegations come up, and it's like, no, we're the Rock now.
Damn, dude.
no, we're the Rock.
You know, The Rock's gonna come in and just gonna say like his fucking marketing shit, dude.
Oh, I mean that
Upsell
guy
the fuck
is
out of it.
I mean, or more power to him, but like that guy is the least genuine person.
Oh my god! Like,
He went from being this like this guy's cool that he was a wrestler and he's crazy and he's funny, and then
Yeah.
now it's just like. I feel like I'm watching a commercial.
He's an
24/7.
influencer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But it's like it's like I don't follow influencers, so like
Yeah.
following him, I'm like, do people like watch this shit all the time? Like
People
I'll
got
see-
like
yeah,
impressed
I-
like when he got like all jacked for the first like when he got like mega jacked. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Between like 2000.
that guy didn't know how to use steroids.
Yeah.
Like come on.
And they were like, I'm getting up at 4 a.m. and I'm eating like 15 pounds of trout.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's like here's my cheat meal. It's
I
like,
will say, have you guys ever watched any of Dr. Mike on YouTube? I've been binging him recently. He's like a PhD of exercise science, and he reviews like celebrity workout videos. and just points out all the like so many Hollywood workout things are complete bullshit.
Sure.
Like The Rock actually has like a decent work. Mark Wahlberg is so bad at working out. I don't know how. Like
He's on TRT.
So I mean, I'm sure these guys are on stuff, and I'm sure they have amazing genetics.
I saw a picture of Mark Wahlberg
Yeah.
recently. It was like, how is his head so much bigger?
Yeah, and it's like, oh, just a 55-year-old that believes in God and fucking
literally
once you,
Hulkamaniac.
It's those
Take
4
your
it's
vitamins,
those-
say your prayers.
It's those 4 a.m. prayer sessions that really got
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg jacked.
Yeah, and like all of his like things is also like Bible study from
Yeah.
like 3:15 in the morning to 4 a.m.
Also,
it's like,
they
how
interviewed
much
us.
stud? How much? It's one book.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
interviewed.
like it's like I gotta study this thing again. It's like how many
Like
times
when
are
I
you gonna
like
read
Torah
that?
study and stuff like that, I'm like, guys,
Yeah.
you guys have been doing this for thousands of years.
Yeah, you
haven't
Is there
figured this
something like you haven't figured out?
Are we
yet?
gonna find something new
Yeah.
that hasn't been found
I'm
before?
gonna find like these hidden fucking words and shit in it.
Yeah.
My interpretation is gonna be slightly different.
Yeah. And we're
But-
gonna have the cult of Wahlberg.
Yeah. Well, the Mark Wahlberg's trainer is being interviewed, and even his trainer is like, when you see some of these like Hollywood trainers, I think that being a personal trainer is just being able to convince famous people that you know what you're doing and they'll hire you.
Well,
it's like all a game. It feels
I don't know
like.
if you've listened to like Daniel Tosh's podcast.
Yeah.
Right. But
Yeah.
he like he just has like random people on it.
Yeah.
He had like some guy that he had like help with like his fitness training, and he
Yeah.
was talking to the guy, and he's like, "Yeah, I just kind of fell into it." Like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's like I wasn't an expert by any means, but then like people just kept hiring me up, and he just kind of like, obviously did his homework, didn't
Yeah.
know nothing about it, but it's like most of these people just kind of fall into it.
And I feel
Yeah,
like
I
with
know.
like training, at least, like you kind of figure out like, the more you do it, the more you figure out what works and what doesn't.
Well, it's also one of those things that's like everyone's so different when it comes to like working out.
It
like,
really
your
is like
body.
trial and error what works for your body
Yeah.
specifically.
But
I-
these guys
yeah.
come out and be like, "I found the perfect system."
Yeah,
What I-
that's
It's like-
that's what
Yeah.
sells is these guys who are like,
This will
oh,
work for you."
all the regular workouts people do, that's for normal people. Here's what
Yeah.
you're gonna do, and the reason those regular workouts are things everyone does is because they work.
Yeah.
You want a bigger chest, bench press. Just
So
it's simple.
What I've been doing is I've been taking a lot of New York comedians to Planet Fitness. So like guys like Eli DiSabato and Dane Rothenberg, I'm just like getting them fucking fit, you know.
So that's what I've been doing. Joe's stolen valor here.
Planet Fitness,
And
the
I'm
home of
taking-
no free weights.
And I've been taking Dane to Blink Fitness because he's at Blink Fitness. He's banned from
the
Planet
other
What,
one.
you eat
Fitness.
too much
now.
pizza? What happened?
No, Planet Fitness has free weights. They just don't have free weights over 60 pounds, which for if you
Impossible.
can believe it, for Eli DeSabato, that's not much of an issue.
I don't know these people, so-
Nice, dude. Lucky you.
but
dude.
I'm guessing I can hear the names. I hear
Yeah.
the names.
Yeah, no,
They're
there are
good people. Rest
Yeah.
in peace.
Yeah, I'm the personal trainer for open mic New York comedians
Oh,
who
fine.
want to get in shape, and I'm the only person
Sometimes
they know
people
who
do
works
ask
out.
me that. They're like, "How do you get big?" I'm like, "Well, start working out 20 years ago." is
Yeah.
what I say.
You get a good foundation.
Yeah. I mean, the secret is start when you're 14.
Yeah. Well, did you start lifting when you were 14?
Yeah, because I started lifting weights in like 8th grade
Okay.
and just kind of never stopped. And,
Gotcha.
like, my family's like, I'm also like, the genetics of like being thick is there. Like,
Okay.
if I didn't work out, I'd probably be thick anyways.
Yeah.
But like because I work out, like it's it looks better.
A healthy thick.
A healthy
Yeah.
A
thick.
healthy thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Wait,
like,
did you play any sports, or was it just
Yeah,
like
I played
yeah.
football and rugby
Okay.
in high school, and
Gotcha.
then rugby in college, and then rugby till last year.
When
Did you-
I
yeah.
met Marty in San Francisco, he was on a rugby team
Nice.
that you had practice on Treasure Island,
Yeah,
Wh-
baby.
which is where I
Joe's-
lived.
Hey, Joe kept threatening to come to games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. It was the
threatening?
We had a
Yeah.
bar. You should have come.
That's so funny. Yeah, I got drunk on Treasure Island just a handful of times. Usually I would
Yeah.
get drunk on the mainland.
Yeah,
But,
getting drunk on Treasure Island is like always like a, can I get home?
Yeah.
You know, like, is this going to be a good idea?
Am I going to catch the 71 or am I going to be fucked? Because
Yeah.
sometimes it just would not come.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
was never sure thing.
Are
But,
you from San Francisco originally?
From the Bay Area.
Okay, gotcha.
So I grew up there, went to Berkeley for school, and then
Yeah.
moved to San Francisco for work. So stayed out there until I moved here.
Was your family like athletes involved in sports also?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
like all like almost everyone in my family, I'd say, played sports. My brother was a collegiate. He threw discus and hammer in college.
Okay.
Jesus Christ! Like
That's-
that's
yeah,
That's
that-
such like a fucking classic fucking athlete thing to
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he
Like,
got recruited for
goddamn.
football. He
And
got
it's also
recruited for
some of those
football.
like track and field things, like discus and shot put. People don't like talk about enough. Like if you're like the strength sport, like
Oh,
in sports, is to do that shit.
do. Those
It's
are like the
just like a-
classic thing.
Yeah.
Like the ancient Greeks would even do that
Yeah.
shit. So
yeah, and those guys they are fucking strong.
ancient
Yeah.
Greek extreme skateboarding.
I remember his coach was like a bronze medalist shot putter, and he could squat
Damn.
like 1,000 pounds or something
Yeah.
like that. And you're like, great.
That's almost
Like,
as much as me.
really? Wow,
I know.
That's good, man.
It's fucking. I don't like to brag.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
I don't
That's
like
my truth alarm.
I don't like it when you brag either.
But yeah, so
Damn,
did
dude.
you work out for sports specifically?
Yeah, I mean that it's such a better motivator.
Yeah.
you know, and like almost half the reason I got back into playing rugby after college, I was like, I don't give a shit about working out. Like, there's no motivation to be fit. But if you have the threat of a Polynesian guy just pile driving you into the ground,
There you
like,
go.
That all right, be fit for that.
Yeah.
you know. And then I was single. I was like, I gotta get laid now. And it's
Yeah.
like,
Hell
Yeah.
dude.
because I was in a relationship too, so I was like, I don't have to worry about like
That's the
looking that
big,
good,
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like, I
know.
still want to be like relatively healthy. But
Yeah,
still
you want to
just,
be
like,
able to keep her.
Yeah, yeah.
It is
Fight
funny.
off all the other men
Yeah.
coming after her.
Right,
Damn,
yeah.
dude. It is funny, like, being disgusted and having sex because you're like, damn, this is not okay. It's like, whoa.
I'm
dude.
sorry. Yeah.
Whoa, dude. I must be really nice.
Yeah, there is.
I must have a great
Yeah,
personality.
it's like, holy moly.
There was a little bit over the pandemic. I put on a weight of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of like, are you okay down there?
Yeah.
Like, is this too much on top? Like,
But everyone was so horny during the pandemic.
Were
Yeah.
you in the relationship already?
Yeah.
And then okay, because I had like a year or two after I was a wrestler and I stopped wrestling, and there was like a year or two where I just didn't lift anymore, and I was like a hard gainer. I was a skinny kid who had to put on weight, so I just kept eating the same and then wasn't working out.
Yeah.
And there's like a 2-year period there where I just looked like a total slob, but I didn't go into that with a girlfriend, so I just barely got laid for 2 years.
That's the way
Yeah.
to do it, dude.
Yeah.
well, I think that was my like wake up. The same thing kind of happened for me after college. Is when I stopped playing like collegiate rugby. Then I keep eating and drinking this. I was drinking like
Yeah,
crazy because
yeah.
I was in college still.
Right.
And I went skydiving. I think that was like the wake up call. And they're like, they weigh you because they're like, oh, it was like $100
Yeah.
and then $1 for every pound over.
They're
200.
like, sorry, big boy, you're going to need 2 parachutes.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, over 200, maybe a couple extra bucks. I was like, it's gonna cost you $40 extra. And I was like,
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
I was like, I didn't know that was. I didn't
Yeah.
like, I didn't have a scale, and
Yeah.
it was all like, I literally had to pay for how fat I was, and I was
Yeah.
like,
well,
this
for
is a
me, I
wake-up
was
call.
about the same weight. It was just like a bad weight. Like
Yeah.
at my biggest, I was like 230, but I was in like good shape.
Sure.
And then it was like, well, I'm still 230, and
Yeah,
I
when the
haven't been in
scale
the
says
gym.
the same, but it's just
and
like
I
the
haven't
shape
been in
is
the gym
different.
in
You're
18
like,
months. Yeah.
oh, the clothes don't fit the same.
Yeah.
A lot more sweatpants these
Yeah.
days.
That's
Yeah.
the way to do it. Welcome to the post-pandemic America.
That's where I got these fucking guys. These
Yeah.
things. You have no
Nice.
idea what
Yeah.
shape I'm in if I'm wearing these bad
I feel like a
boys.
fucking ninja wearing sweatpants all the time, dude.
Yeah,
I'm fucking-
and it's okay.
yeah, I'm crouched all over the place now.
Yeah,
And it's
You're-
like that's
you're
like our
mobile.
thing. That's like our generation's like, no, sweatpants are fucking chill.
Yeah.
We call them joggers now, so we have the illusion of health.
George Costanza led the way on this one.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was I remember
Took
that.
the bullet for all of us. Yeah, that as soon as I saw like jeans coming out with like elastic around the ankles, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, we're getting comfy.
Yeah. We learned the value of that.
Yeah.
That was like a good thing during the pandemic. It was like everyone had to kind of chill out.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, the people got like fit over the pandemic. I was mad at them.
yeah, it was like
Yeah.
you're doing this wrong. Working out in your fucking apartment like a prisoner.
Yeah.
Just doing like fucking push-ups.
Yeah.
Like just doing
Why don't
push-ups.
you go
in
get
That
your
was
room.
one of the videos Dr. Mike reviewed was Andrew Tate's prison workout.
Whoa.
And it's just like, he's like, these are the only 3 things I do. And he just has like a barbell and he does some front raises and then like a military press. But he's doing it super fast, not doing it with proper form or anything. And he just does 3 things. And he's like, that's all you need to stay in shape. It's like, that's not how you got in shape. Like,
I wish I could be that big of like a maniac and
Yeah.
just like convince people anything.
Yeah.
Like
Well-
there's so many people are eating that shit up. And I know it's like, yeah, he's like manipulating people, but it's like, I wish I could manipulate people.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I
You
mean,
know?
like, look at Liver King. He like looked people in the eye and was like, I am not on steroids. I eat bull testicle and liver, and that's all you need. His fucking tenets, dude. He
Yeah.
got people to fucking like poison themselves eating fucking
It's
shit.
like I spread my ass cheeks and point my taint to the sun to get
He's
whatever.
recharging. Yeah, the fucking I'm too busy like trying to like emotionally manipulate myself
Yeah.
to like emotionally manipulate others. you
Yeah.
know?
Well, and like it's always some extreme shit too. It's never like
Yeah, that's the thing is
Yeah.
that like I don't think I can think of I can think of a lie that big, but I will laugh right after I say it.
Right.
You know, it's like, oh yeah, you gotta fucking suck dick for protein.
Yeah.
You gotta have 3 ribeye steaks a day.
Eat ass at least 3 to 4 times a week.
Yeah. It's fucking probiotics.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't do it. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't keep a straight face. you
Yeah.
know?
Man,
It's impressive.
I do wonder if the people who are doing that actually believe it themselves, or like they've convinced themselves, or they go home and like are like, haha, I can't believe.
Well, no, I'm
Yeah.
sure in their mind they're thinking like, well, you know, I do this and I set this kind of precedent so people can at least have something to strive for, and even if they
Yeah.
fall flat,
Yeah.
they're still probably being healthier than they
They're
would
justifying
be
it in
otherwise.
some way.
Yes,
there's
yeah.
so- there's-
Actually,
yeah.
Liver King's like done podcast interviews since,
Yeah.
and that's my favorite thing. Like I
Oh,
love
when somebody's been exposed as a fraud, then they keep
yes,
going.
exactly. I
Yeah.
love seeing Lance Armstrong interviews after everything.
Yeah.
like whatever it
Because
is.
he's like, well, fuck you guys. Everyone was doing
yeah,
it. It's
exactly. Well,
like,
I mean,
yeah.
because no matter what it is, I'm like, I don't care what anyone does.
Yeah.
Once someone has like been caught doing a thing and then just continues talking about like what went through their head and what made them do it, I find that more interesting than anything.
Yeah.
Big
yeah.
case Jared from Subway.
Yeah, we never see that's
He
the thing.
doesn't
is
talk about it.
We never
He
got
does.
to. We never got the Jared.
Well,
side.
has anyone asked?
Maybe that's a.
We're
maybe
too
that's
busy
a
to
problem.
call him a monster.
Yeah, no one.
But, like, just
All
like,
we've
ask,
been
like,
doing
in
with
this world that we want to hear everyone's
Yeah.
story,
I
we
know.
shut one person
we've been
up.
talking so much, but we need to be doing some listening.
Remember when that little fucking creepy rapist Marilyn Manson said he would listen to the Columbine kids?
yeah.
What a freak, dude.
Yeah, they were
And then-
like, "What would you say to the Columbine kids?" I wouldn't say anything.
I
would
would have
listen.
fucked them.
yeah, dude.
I would have removed their ribs.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I would have taken those trench coats right off of those bad boys.
People were like, "Oh, he's a good guy." He's actually. He was like, "No, he really is a rapist, dude." Nice try, you fucking nasty little guy.
Yeah.
I would never fucking listen to those Columbine kids.
Yeah.
I'd put him down and say, "Thanks for ruining Doom, you piece of shit." now I can't play fucking video
Yeah.
games because my
Yeah.
fucking douchebag parents heard the news.
Yeah.
That sucked, dude. That was the true damage of Columbine.
Is that
they were like,
that happened for you?
dude, yeah, no. I was like, my mom was like, you can't play this game Postal. And I was like, God damn. And like, of course, that made me super want to play Postal.
Which is crazy. It is crazy that we went from shooting up post offices to shooting up schools.
It's a fucking.
we used to be a country.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude. And like,
we used to shoot union workers for the government.
Yeah.
There you
and now we
go.
shoot children?
Yeah.
Come on.
damn, dude. I would be like, could you imagine? Like, dude, that's like the lamest place to fucking die.
All
school.
right, you gotta.
Where would you rather die though, school or a post office?
Well,
I think that they called it going postal, but when they're like, we have the most mass shootings ever now, it's because, there's only 2 people in a post
Now-
office at a time.
now, like,
you couldn't really get that many people at once.
Yeah.
Instead of being Postal, now it's like you're being scholarly when you're
Yeah.
shooting up people.
Instead of going postal, going
I'm going
scholar,
academic.
Yeah.
Going
I'm like,
academic.
Academia.
That kid, the really sad kid who kept getting rejected by girls, he went academic.
Yeah.
Nice,
Oh,
dude.
yikes.
Damn, that's fucking
Makes it
crazy.
sound like he went to college.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. I got out of fucking high school before the shootings got like fucking nuts.
Yeah. I was,
Yeah.
yeah.
We had Columbine, and that was kind of it. And then it got fucking popular again, like what, 2008 or so.
One was San
I think I
Diego.
feel like Georgia Tech
And
was.
when allegedly.
Yeah, Georgia Tech was kind of
alleged-
the next big one.
Allegedly, when was San Diego?
I feel like Georgia Tech was a big one. At the
Virginia
college.
Tech, right?
Was it
Virginia Tech.
Virginia
yeah, the
Tech,
Asian
yeah.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
right.
I
Yeah,
was-
that was fucking wild.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
guy was a good shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hiya! Bang, 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 bang.
But then Sandy Hook brought it back to the roots, which was
They brought it
Yeah.
mainstream.
elementary.
That was a
Right.
good one. Now, do you think that Claire Alexander, a New York comedian, she said like she was involved in Sandy Hook? Do you think Sandy Hook
She did
actually
it?
happened?
She did Sandy Hook?
She babysat one of the kids who
That
was
was
like,
shot.
yeah.
Oh.
She's from the area.
Were you sad when that happened?
when with Claire because of Claire.
Because of Claire. Because your good friend
you're-
was almost shot.
Because your good friend was making up all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think she
I was really sad that Claire made all of that up.
I do feel like
Made
it was
really
a false
hard to talk
flag.
to her.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, hey liar. Damn, dude, that fucking rocks, dude.
Yeah.
No one's safe on this fucking pod.
No.
Especially the people that were killed in fucking Sandy Hook. Allegedly, dude. Uh-oh, here come the cops to fucking arrest you, fucking
Yeah.
active shooter apologist.
Where'd you go to college?
Berkeley.
Berkeley. Okay, because I went to college at Stony Brook in Long Island, and I remember the Rugby house was like known as like crazy parties.
Yeah, sort of. We had like, it was fraternities, so we're kind of split between a couple fraternities.
Okay.
And the fraternities were good party fraternities, but the one I was in, we were the, I would say we were the shittiest.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like our floors were the most disgusting. Our parties were very fun, but it was only because we didn't care about our house at all.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's like just the college experience. Like you kind of
Yeah.
get that out of your
That's
system.
the thing. It's like sometimes I was like, I go to these other houses, like, you guys, you can live like this later. Like live in this weird squalor that we're all doing.
Yeah, if
Right.
you were at like a
You know?
college party and somebody's like, make sure to put a coaster down, it's like, what the fuck?
I mean, I wouldn't say they were this nice. We were still like throwing bottles on the ground in their
Right.
courtyard and
Nice.
shit like
Yeah,
that.
hell
you
yeah.
know? But like, ours was just, we just cared the least. I'd
Yeah,
say.
I felt like
Yeah.
there were frat parties and those were like normal parties, but it was the hockey house and the rugby house that
Hockey.
were kind of,
Those people are weird.
yeah.
I'd say hockey people are weirder than rugby people.
They probably got some like low level CTE. That's
Well,
like,
we both
yeah.
do, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But like it's
Why-
more DL where it like forms over time.
But it's also like they're like Midwestern CTE, so it's like
They're like
weird in the head.
also like rural Canadian, like they're from
Yeah.
Saskatchewan.
yeah, those people are fucking weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you get like, because when you get like rugby dudes, like they're usually like city, like from a city in another rugby country, so it'll be like England, Ireland, maybe Australian, and they'll be weird and crazy because like rugby has like a lot of weird traditions. Like I watch people drink piss more than I thought I would in my life because of rugby, you know? But then you get Canadians and they're like from like middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
and you're like, what is going through your head?
Yeah,
You
there's
know?
like in America, people like make fun of like I don't know, like small town, rural, hick, redneck, or whatever.
And
But
these
like
guys are, like,
Canadian,
drinking,
Canadian
like-
redneck's a whole other thing.
They're like drinking paint thinner and shit.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. They're like, okay, like this is a lot.
you ever watch Letterkenny?
I never got into it.
It's a show on Hulu. It's
I
about
know.
yeah.
I know. Everybody was pushing on me. And
It's
I was like,
fun.
These
Yeah.
people are fucking annoying. I
Yeah.
watched 2 episodes and I was like, I don't want to hear them talk like this.
you know, I felt that way about Ted Laszlo.
I didn't watch that either.
You know, good. Don't.
Because they're all English.
Well, it's like no, but then like then it's like Jason
the soccer show.
Yeah, Jason
Jason
Sudeikis.
Yeah.
He plays like this Ned Flanders, like
Right.
fucking
yeah.
nice guy.
Everyone's like, it's comedy, but it's really positive. I'm like, oh, I'm out.
Oh, it's awful. It's not comedy. It's just fucking positivity.
Like, that sounds stupid.
And it's like every
Where's the anger?
all
Yeah.
I've only seen like the biggest fucking dorks being like, Ted, I love Ted Laszlo. We need to be more like Ted. And it's like, get the fuck out, this fucking nerd.
Have you
dude.
seen any of the new Ted show on Peacock?
I have watched
I heard
that.
it's
Now,
good.
now that's a Ted I can get into.
Yeah.
I heard
Now
they
that's a
actually
Ted.
like dumped a little bit of money into the CGI.
Yeah.
You-
so
it looks
not bad.
good. Well, I mean, it's a fucking teddy bear, but it
Yeah,
looks good.
But still, like they could go cheap.
I'll rank the Teds. Number 1 is Ted the Bear. Number 2, my dad. And number 3, Ted Lasso.
Whoa,
Ted
Kaczynski's
Bundy.
got to be on there.
Yeah,
Ted Bundy?
Ted Bundy. Ted
Is
Kaczynski.
Ted? Oh,
There's
Ted
so
Bundy.
many good
Ted.
Teds, dude.
There's a
That's
lot of good
true.
Teds in there.
I want my dad on the list. My dad is a cool.
No
Ted.
way, dude.
Yeah, sorry.
He
He's
gets
gotta-
knocked
Sorry.
off.
He's gotta
Ted
be-
Marin, you gave us Matt Marin. That's a fucking -1, dude.
He plays the piano. He went to Juilliard. He's a cool guy.
Did he ever send any bombs in the mail?
Yeah.
Not that I know of. He used to watch Fox News a lot, though.
Oh, well, that's
Nice,
pretty bad,
dude.
actually. Let's rate him up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
Fox
you go.
News is the devil.
Now he's retired
Fox
and he
News
just
is
plays
pretty cool.
piano and doesn't watch the news at all.
All the hotties are on Fox News.
Yeah.
That's true.
All the others are on like
Jesse
you get
Waters.
some fucking pig on
I
CNN.
don't know. You don't want, or you don't ever like picture Rachel Maddow like stepping on you or something. Like,
Not anymore. I thought Rachel Maddow's like trans now.
I don't know.
Looks like it. Trust me, buddy. give me one of those yummy little conservatives on Fox News telling me how dangerous black people are.
Yeah.
And I'm in, dude. That fucking rocks, dude. Fox News rocks. I'm gonna release my special on Fox News.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
You and Roseanne. You
Yeah.
and Roseanne.
Yeah.
Me and my fucking girl Roseanne. Roseanne was one of the few
You and
success-
Dave Rubin?
Yeah.
I just saw a clip from like Roseanne's podcast where she has someone on and it's just like a 5-minute video and it's like, did Hitler flee to Antarctica?
Sick, dude. Roseanne.
This is
fucking
what I'm
rocks.
here for.
Yes. Of all the it's like, finally, Roseanne's going to be the one to get to the bottom of this.
It's
Yeah.
so they fired Roseanne for being Roseanne.
Yeah.
Roseanne was just Roseanne-ing it up.
Yeah.
Still doing her thing.
Yeah.
I thought the bitch was white. Like,
That
that's such.
Was
such-
so funny.
It's such a fucking incredible excuse.
That is so funny.
I thought the bitch was white. And she's saying, I know it's bad, it's wrong. I love it because it's saying, I know it's wrong to compare.
She's apologizing, and like it's like it was so sincere.
Yeah.
It's so sincere, but it's like you've lost.
She's just
Yeah.
smoking a cigarette like a fucking mad woman. I thought the bitch was white.
You've lost.
I
Just
took an Ambien.
quit while you're behind.
Yeah.
You know, like yeah.
That was. I mean, it was. Well, also shows like I know it's wrong to compare black people to monkeys, but white people, I thought it was okay. You know,
Yeah.
so I thought by my logic,
It's fine.
it wasn't wrong because I thought the bitch. Was,
You can call
I
white people
didn't know
anything.
she. When I compared her to a monkey, I didn't know she actually looked like a monkey. It was fucking wrong.
That is essentially what she is saying.
That is what she said, dude. She rocks, dude.
I was just calling her a monkey. I didn't know she was one.
That's that'll fix it, Roseanne. Yeah.
Roseanne, come on the pod anytime. Bro.
Yeah.
You're always welcome here.
Absolutely. Let's find out if Hitler did flee to Antarctica.
I bet she did.
You think?
Antarctica instead of Argentina.
Yeah.
He's all
She just fucked up the letter.
he fucked up his ticket, so he's like all fucking shivery. He's like, oh.
Why is there so many penguins?
It's so cold.
None of them speak Spanish.
Yeah, watch out for those blue-eyed polar bears out there.
Yeah. Did you prefer rugby to football? I know that's what you ended up doing. Were you just better at it, or do you
5'8".
like it better? Huh?
I'm 5'8".
Okay,
That's
yeah.
mostly what happened. But I actually like. I mean, football. It was nice because in rugby, yeah, you have roles, but like at any point, anybody is a ball runner, anybody is a tackler, anybody's a defender. Like, there's much more equity in terms of like the positions you play. Whereas in football, it's like you are this,
Yeah.
and you are this forever.
Yeah.
And it's like you better get real good at this.
And the problem is, as you're growing up, sometimes you get put in a position, and then everyone grows, and depending on that, you
Yeah.
might actually not be a fit for that position anymore.
Yeah, because I was like I'm like this. I was like the same size I am now when I was like a sophomore in high school.
Wow.
Yeah, so like and like same face too.
Yeah.
Like, I've looked like this for a long time.
Oh, were you? There was always like a kid or two who like had the beard before everybody
Their
else. and
man
was just-
face.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
like older than everyone
They
else.
wouldn't need to get carded. For us,
Yeah.
it was Brian Rowe.
Yeah.
He would buy alcohol for
I
everyone.
forgot what the kid's name was, but I specifically remember his face, and he was like an adult when we were all 15.
When I moved into the dorms, everyone thought I was moving my kids in.
Wow.
Nice.
And so when I stuck around, everyone's like, "What the fuck is this guy still?"
I'm
doing
going to have
here?"
sex with this guy's dad.
Yeah. Nope.
What position did you play in football?
Quarterback.
Yeah. No. I
No.
couldn't see over the line.
If you like this size, I would think like running back.
No,
but if you were this size,
we were
when
not
you
a
were
competitive league. This is
right, if you were this
California,
size as a
I was a
kid,
lineman. I was
gonna say, yeah,
I was
probably
a guard, and I think I played guard and tackle.
like this size at like at
Yeah.
15 would probably be.
But
a
I was
lineman.
also stronger than most people.
Yeah.
So like, it worked out for me. But
Yeah, but
I
then-
wasn't.
but-
I wasn't playing anywhere in college. But
yeah.
Berkeley does have like a pretty well known rugby program.
Yeah.
And my dad was a pretty well known like player in California, and so he kind of helped me get rugby is one of the only schools, or it used to be only schools you get recruited to play in is Berkeley for rugby. So I actually like technically got in for rugby. I mean,
Were there actual like college teams, or is it like club?
it was all club except for
Gotcha.
like BYU.
Yeah.
They had a college team. I'm not
Are,
pretty sure. it was
Are
associated
Mormons
with-
good at rugby?
They sent a lot of missionaries to the Polynesian islands. And
There
a lot
you
of
go.
Samoan, a lot of Tongan guys.
Yeah.
And so that
Nice.
was, and then they go on their missions and they come back to school and they're like
Yeah.
24. So
I
it's like-
guess if the idea is like if you're just like too short to play football but super stocky, I mean Polynesians, short and stocky kings.
I mean, yeah, there's a Polynesians love, and they've been playing it for such a long time that their
Yeah.
skill level is so much different than everyone else's. So like, Polynesian. I like. There's a lot in the Bay Area too, where
Yeah.
where I started like playing the last couple 15 years, and so they're like. There's tons of Polynesians out there.
Yeah.
So and it sucks because I did have like jokes about that. Like I can't do it in New York because no one knows what the fuck a Tongan is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we were talking about wrestling. Samoans is just like if you're Samoan, you're going to be a good wrestler. It seems.
Yeah, if you saw someone that was a shitty Polynesian rugby player, you're
Yeah.
like, that sucks, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like,
Same thing with like
you are failing.
there was like Jimmy Snuka's son.
Yeah.
Sim Snuka. He
Yeah.
was like in a tag team. They were like 50s greasers. You remember this at all?
No.
I'm blanking on that. Deuce and Domino. You remember the tag team
No.
Deuce and Domino? They came out with like a girl on roller skates. They were like a 50s
In
throwback.
WWF?
Yeah, in WWE in like 2005-ish maybe.
Oh, so this is like Attitude Era.
Past
Or
a little
post-
later, post Attitude.
This
Era.
wasn't that ruthless
Aggression. But yeah, one of the guys was Jimmy Snuka's son and just wasn't that good. And I think he was like the only Polynesian or Samoan wrestler I ever heard of that ended up not being good.
I think there's a couple. There's been a couple of prospects that kind of like died in the water.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not a guarantee, and it's like such a weird. Like,
And they're all related too.
wrestling,
they're all like
yeah,
part
it's all
of the,
the
same
NY.
family.
Is it- I don't know how to
NOI,
say it.
yeah, they're all from the Wild Samoans, like
Yeah,
Roman
it's
Reigns,
all
The
the same.
Rock,
Oh yeah,
Same
they're all
cousins.
family. dude.
Yokozuna.
Yeah.
They're all
They're all
related.
It's
related.
not like wrestling's huge there.
Yeah.
You know, it's more that they got here and it was.
I think
huge.
there was. I watched. The Rock was like producing those like shows on Vice. Where they were going through different territories, and they did like a Polynesian wrestling episode.
I'm sure there's some down there. Yeah.
There was some, but it was also like they were doing like Memphis and Portland and all the big ones. And then Polynesian was like they had something there, but this is because The Rock is producing it
Yeah.
that they're talking about it.
No, those people, they love rugby.
Yeah.
They fucking love it, and so they these guys are their skill level is generally higher, but for the like. If they that's why like so many people at like the top level teams, New Zealand,
New Zealand
is
yeah.
like a perennial favorite to win the World Cup because they're just all these Maori dudes that are
Yeah,
just
I
fucking
worked.
huge.
I worked security at. I used to do like at for like sporting events stuff, and it was in Philadelphia or like just outside of Philly at like where Villanova plays their football games.
Yeah.
They had a rugby game, and it was Team USA versus the New Zealand Maori. Just the members of the New Zealand rugby team who are also descendants of the Maori warrior tribe.
Uh-oh.
So it was not even like just the best New Zealand players. It was just the best of this tribe, and it was still just like they blew out Team USA.
Yeah.
Like-
U.S. is a long way to go because
Yeah.
football soaks up everything. No one gives a shit about anything
Yeah.
outside of football, and they try to convert football players into rugby players, and it goes okay, but like compared to like having somebody playing rugby since they were 2 years old, nothing compares.
And also the fans were pretty well.
They're so much fun.
That venue, I worked the same. Like it was like 2 months apart. I worked an MLS soccer game there
Yeah.
and the rugby game 2 months later. And both times, my post was the ejection door. So I was one opening and closing the door.
People getting kicked out?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
how was that?
During the MLS soccer game, I did not open the door once. 2
Losers.
months later, well, because it's MLS soccer.
Yeah, no one gives a shit.
So
Yeah.
it's like soccer moms. It's not like
Right,
yeah.
I did at the big stadium, the football stadium. I worked an event that was like soccer, Team USA versus Team Mexico, and that was like more
That could
rowdy.
be more rowdy, yeah.
Or no, it ended up being I think it was Mexico versus Jamaica because Team USA didn't make it, but they'd already scheduled the game there. It was Jamaica versus Mexico in Philadelphia. Because it was already just booked to be played there.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we already have a space.
Yeah. It's like when you-
But MLS soccer, nothing. 2 months later, rugby game, I'm opening and closing the ejection door all night.
they get fucking rowdy, and
Yeah.
they're all wearing crazy costumes,
Yeah.
and they're all doing crazy shit in the stands. They got fun. It's very fun. If you ever get a chance to go to a sevens tournament, which is the kind of rugby that's in the Olympics now, those are fun because it's basically you set up shop all day. It's a 3-day tournament at a stadium, and you go for like 12. There's games going for 12 hours a day straight, and everybody's just getting loaded in the stands.
That sounds awesome.
We did that. We went to it at they did it in San Francisco. It was like the Sevens World Cup. They were trying this thing out, and So it was like all these international teams are there, and so like all these international fans come out, and like every team has their own section. Everybody's wearing crazy outfits, and everybody's just getting plastered.
I've never been to like a full day sporting tournament there. I had tickets to go to one of the like the Atlantic 10 college basketball tournament, because those tournaments it's like an all day thing.
Yeah.
It was at Barclays Center like the day COVID shut everything down.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
And that's why you never got the vaccine.
That's why.
Nice,
yes.
dude. Yeah, we're an anti-vaccine podcast.
Yeah.
Dude.
I figured.
That shit's fucking poison.
That's why your cat looks like that.
Yeah, dude.
It's
It's like, damn, if he didn't get killed by COVID, dude, I'm fucking fine.
I'm good.
I'm fine, dude. I'm like twice as strong as that cat.
Did you guys ever get it?
Nah.
Me neither.
I mean, Kelly, my girlfriend Kelly, she got it like multiple times.
Loser.
Yeah, fucking dork, dude.
Not as
Just
strong
don't,
as
don't,
us.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to, but then I went to like a Yankee game the first year they had fans, and they were like, "Oh, here's the line if you're unvaxxed. Here's the line if you are," and it was way short. I was like, "All right, I'll get the vaccine." I went to a Knicks playoff game that year, and like the unvaccinated section was the upper deck, and the vaccinated was
I think I know what I'm gonna do here.
Remember when
Yeah.
people had their fucking like vaccination cards all laminated and were like wearing it?
I had it in my
fucking-
wallet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
I was just like, damn, this like I had that app on my phone.
Yeah.
And I only needed to use it like twice. And like
Yeah.
both times I was like, son of a bitch.
I got the app on my phone, but I had like the card in my wallet, and I would always just take out the card, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
never ended up using the app because I always could just show the card.
Man, you had like these fucking like bouncers at a bar just like fucking looking at this thing like they're fucking medical profession.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you gonna do if it's fucking forged, dude?
Yeah, like the funniest was when people would be like, they would aggressively just be like, "I'm not even gonna forge it." I'm like, this is how principled you are. Like,
Yeah.
this is where your principles go. Is
I'm
that,
just
like,
gonna tell them
I'm not even
no.
gonna pretend. I'm just gonna like throw a fucking fit when I get to the front of the line. You know, like what? Come on, just fake it, you idiot. Like,
I feel like my beliefs more than anything else is whether no matter what you feel, if you're annoying about it, I don't like you.
exactly. Yeah, and generally, if you're just
Yeah.
kind of if you're making my day a little bit harder,
Yes. Yeah.
because of your beliefs, I
Yeah.
don't like whatever.
I
you
can
believe.
completely agree with everything you're saying, but if you're being in any way an inconvenience,
Yes.
I don't like it.
100%.
Also, it's like your body's such a little fucking pussy. A little fucking needle's gonna fucking destroy you.
Needles are sharp.
They are pretty sharp.
But like,
Yeah.
if my body, even if the vaccine would like fucking paralyze me, my body would fucking fight it off anyway.
That's a good point. Yeah.
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 I actually, I didn't get a shot. I got it suppository.
Nice. That's the way
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah. It was
I
kinda
had
big,
I had
but,
sex
you know.
with a gay man who got the vaccine.
you
Yeah.
were, you were bug chasing.
I had unprotected I had unprotected sex with a gay man who got the vaccine.
That's
Like,
how
I
you
feel-
got That's how you got
Yeah.
immunized.
You're like, I
Yeah.
feel
That's how
better.
Aaron Rodgers got immunized. Actually,
it's healthier.
He didn't want to
dude.
say that out loud,
Yeah.
but
I trust it more.
yeah.
frankly, my doctor said it was a good idea.
Yeah. It just feels safer.
Yeah.
And that just it makes me think of like that sounds like something suggested by like the doctor from 30 Rock, Dr. Spitchemin.
Yeah, that's it.
So what you need to do?
Yeah.
Chris Parnell is telling you get fucked in the ass.
That's awesome. Dude, that show fucking rules, man.
I maintain it's the funniest TV show.
It's so good.
But I mean, I'm an Always Sunny guy,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
the writing on 30 Rock is like impeccable.
It's so good, and I like that it was filmed in actually filmed on location. In New York.
yeah.
I'm a big South Park guy. Like
Yeah.
growing up, South Park was like my shit. And then after a while, I got to the point where I'm like, I think it's not crazy to actually say this is the best TV show.
It's once I learned that they write it in 6 days, I'm like,
too,
oh, this
yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really cool.
I mean, it's easy. I will say it's a little easier when they can rely on just like anytime things slow down a little bit, just a little shit fart joke in there.
Yeah.
You know, like it'll be funny.
And there is
you're like,
something
yeah, it will be.
to, you have kids saying stuff, so you can like,
Yeah.
it's a little funnier almost
Yeah,
by
default.
default. Yeah. But as far as like the shows like an Always Sunny that's just been around as long as it is,
Yeah.
it's like Always Sunny and South Park. I think kind of the only two that have been around that long that are like consistently good for
Consistently
that
good.
long.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure somebody will, one of your many followers, will have a different opinion. But I would throw those up there as
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
top.
Those are all bangers, dude.
Except for like, maybe you count Curb.
Curb's
Because
good.
Curb's going on for a long time.
Curb's
Yeah.
good, and like I like that. Larry David was like, I'll take a couple years off until it's
Literally
good
just
again.
like, I have the money. I'm
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this how I feel like.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna return to this when inspiration hits.
And then he hasn't aged.
It's so wild. Yeah, he's like that Steve Martin where like you just always look old, but
Yeah, Leslie
you'll never look
Nielsen.
older than that.
Yeah, that's you just like.
That's what I'm hoping is going on with me.
Yeah, you've been this age.
I've
You'll
been
be
the
this.
same age
You'll
for,
look
like,
this from 15
25
to
years.
70.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this was a little weirder when I was younger, but now it's great.
Yeah.
And
How
then,
old are you
like,
now?
I'm 35.
Okay. Yeah.
Banger year, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That
like,
was in the heat of COVID for me. It was
really
awesome. Yeah,
great timing. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I was like, well, my
I
life's over.
was like in my mind, I was like, thank God COVID didn't happen when I was in my mid to early 20s.
Oh, that would have been awful,
I
dude.
would've
I had
Yeah.
my 30th birthday during COVID.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
deserved it.
I
Yeah.
deserved it.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah. But I almost died a couple years before that, so 30 didn't mean anything to me.
Hell yeah, dude. He put a gun in his mouth.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm so sad my career's going nowhere. And I was like, Matt, let's do a podcast.
Joe talked
And he was
me
like,
off.
well,
yeah.
thanks, Joe.
Wow,
Joe
I know
really-
what'll fix this right up.
Joe really talked me off the ledge there.
Yeah.
I was like, Matt, I'll let you be my sidekick on the podcast, dude.
You can rein things in when I get a little too wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll let you can say something when I'm done having fun.
Yeah.
You can plug my shows for me.
Yeah, dude. Look, dude, I got a lot of venues to perform at. Would you like to open for me?
I can open for Joe hosting at the
Yeah.
Tiny Cupboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, just tell them to put their fucking phones away, dude.
Can he set up my merch for me
Yeah.
outside? There's no table in here. You have to set up on the street.
I know how many singles are in there, too. Don't try anything.
I need those.
Need that. That's all a tax write-off.
Yeah. Joe, you ever think of playing rugby?
Never, dude. I don't like sports.
Yeah.
I like to chill.
Yeah.
I would always see the rugby teams playing on Treasure Island. I thought, not for me. That's a different world.
It's too bad. You would have been great.
I would have been,
You would have been one of the
fucking-
greats.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I would have fought dirty.
Yeah.
I would have had like a switchblade in my cleats.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Scorpion sting.
the amount of like people that would go out there to like just like, I'm like, you're just out here to punch people, aren't
Yeah,
you?
work out that
Yeah.
aggression.
Like, you're in your 30s. Like, what are you doing? You know?
And they're just not even.
Oh, they're playing the game.
Yeah.
But like, you do that too much, you get kicked out of the game. You'll get
Yeah.
kicked out of the league. But like, you can, these guys know how to hide it. They've been
Yeah.
doing it long enough. And that's the thing is that they get older, they get better at hiding it. And I'm like,
Mm.
man. Because when you're like younger, you're just like, I'll just be in good shape and just hit people really hard. And then you get
Yeah.
older and like, I'm going to be lazy and just punch people in the gut when no one's looking.
Oh fuck yeah!
Yeah.
Dude. Sign me up for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'd once a year, one team would punch a ref.
hell yeah.
Every year. Yeah. Yeah.
You're out.
From East Palo Alto, usually.
Yeah. That was where the ref was from, or the person who
The
did it.
the team.
Oh, okay.
Usually where it happened.
There was
too.
one team specifically who hated the refs.
Yeah.
Well, it's
yeah.
just Palo Alto is.
East Palo Alto is a little misleading because you think Palo Alto, you think tech, but East Palo Alto is where they redlined all the Mexicans and Polynesians.
Very scary.
Yeah.
Very
Not a great neighborhood.
Very
Yeah.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
like
lock your doors.
Yeah. It's a weird little like conclave of like, and here's shitty, and then like
Yeah.
here's like the most rich people you've ever seen in your entire life.
Yeah.
And
That's
then,
a
like,
lot
over
of
here.
just like the Bay.
Well, that's like the Bay
Area.
Area in general,
Yeah.
but like that is like I think, except for maybe like certain pockets of San Francisco, like the Tenderloin, where you're like, oh yeah, this is
just all bad.
this is a level of
Yeah.
destitution that I've never heard of in my entire life, except in like fucking India,
Yeah.
And then you're like, and there's a guy like riding a scooter that doesn't have handles, and it's like,
Nice.
so how does that even work?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like now all of San Francisco is like the Tenderloin, basically, right?
No, that's you're.
I heard it's like there's
that's
shit
the Fox
everywhere.
News in you.
There's
coming
shit.
out.
There's
That's
shit everywhere. Women getting sexually assaulted just walking down the street.
Yeah, but I mean, listen. Sometimes
They're asking
they
for
look
it.
good, you know.
Sometimes it's a
You see
beautiful.
what they're
It's a
wearing?
beautiful
Yeah.
woman. What are you supposed to
Wow, what's the matter, you?
do? Yeah,
you know?
what am I gonna do? Ask you out for fucking dinner and hope it goes well?
Yeah, you know how expensive restaurants are now.
Yeah,
Inflation.
You got to do the Vince McMahon.
Yeah. Here's a wall.
Come here, bitch.
Here's a wall of text. That's awesome, dude. Man, remember when he fucking got made fucking what's her name stripped naked in the middle of the ring?
Trish Stratus.
Trish Stratus,
I mean,
Yeah.
dude, that's the thing is that you
Take that, slut.
barking like a dog.
Yeah.
I believe
Yeah.
she had to do.
She almost took her fucking top off, dude. But then he showed her mercy.
It was,
and didn't, even though everyone was horny.
and that's the
wanted
thing
it.
is that like people don't remember that part of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like he's a benevolent god as well.
Yeah.
You know.
There was also when he used to have people join the Vince McMahon Kiss My Ass Club.
Oh, that's
He'd
right.
have people kiss his
yeah.
ass, and then The Rock was going to have him kiss someone's ass, and he brought out Trish Stratus, and he was Vince was very excited.
Very
but then he cut him off and was like, "That's not whose ass you're gonna kiss." And then Rikishi came
Of course,
out.
yeah, I gotta. Even if I didn't know this already, I could have told you it was gonna be Rikishi. You know.
Yeah. Another great Samoan wrestler.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
The father to the Usos.
Yes.
It's
Are you a
funny-
big wrestling guy? Like
Yeah.
growing up, watching
yeah.
it and all? Yeah.
My dad was a huge wrestling guy. So
Okay.
like, I was WCW growing up though.
Okay.
Nice.
Big Goldberg guy.
Real in the Bay Area, WCW.
I mean,
I guess.
it's
yeah.
not like
They
a
were
lot of
both
stuff.
We
on- they
didn't
were
have
both
like the
on cable.
regions out.
Yeah, it was less regional at that point. you
Yeah,
know?
well, I feel like it was like if you were in the South, you watched WCW, and in the North, it was WWF.
Oh,
bit.
maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean,
Because WCW was like based out of like Atlanta, and like in the old days, like the NWA
When I
was more
in Kansas,
South.
like WCW was really popular.
Yeah,
But then, like when I moved to California, it was like, damn, everyone was on WWF.
yeah,
But when I was in high school, that was like the peak of like fucking Stone Cold and The Rock and
Right,
shit.
yeah.
You know?
yeah.
So it's like, how could it not? It was so saturated
yeah.
everywhere.
I liked Goldberg because I was a Jew who wanted to be big and strong, and he was the only one I knew. that I could
Goldberg,
look-
like a big fucking golem, dude.
yeah,
Did you see that movie where he was Santa Claus and he would like kill people?
no.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you make a Jew Santa Claus.
Yeah. That was the best part. It was called Santa's Sleigh, I think it was.
Yeah.
That's
Like, You know,
awesome.
you can guess how.
That was
sleigh
one of those
is spelled.
WWE horror movies,
SLAY.
right?
No, I don't think WWE was involved.
Oh, really?
I think it was not one of their flicks. I think he was just like, it was one of those things. They were like, he was trying to like branch out, you know. And they always push on that.
Yeah.
Good
Like
old-
when the Miz talks about how he was in like the Marines.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that always cracks me the fuck up.
Well, like
Yeah.
they had the Miz. They were gonna have Randy Orton in one of the Marines, but then like they found out he like
Went
fucking
AWOL?
Yeah, he was like AWOL, which is like they were like, hey, how dare you can't have him? You
Yeah.
can't have this guy pretend to be a fucking military guy
Yeah.
because he fucking stopped being a military guy in real life.
Yeah,
which is
and-
awesome.
Hilarious.
That's the fucking coolest thing. Why did Nathan Orton's brother do that?
I don't
We
know.
gotta ask Nathan, dude.
We got to get him back on the pod.
So now
Well, he's your friend, dude.
I've never even met Nathan, and now I'm like, every time I see Randy Orton, I'll be like, that's Nathan Orton's brother.
That's
Yeah.
Nathan Orton's big brother, dude.
That's, yeah, I call Randy Orton Nathan's brother, not the
Yeah.
other way around.
It's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Coming to the ring, Nathan's brother.
So your Samantha Irvin impression?
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. Damn, you know the ring announcers' names too.
Yeah,
you're
dude.
deep.
He's all about it. Remember when Bray Wyatt faked his death? That was fucking cool.
I mean,
dude.
Wyndham Rotunda?
Yeah, they're
Whatever.
like-
By the way, if I had to make up a fake name, I'd probably go with Wyndham Rotunda.
Yeah, his real, some of these guys real like Seth Rollins.
That sounds
I
like
saw.
he was
His-
like looking
Is
around
that his
the
real
room.
name?
No, his real name is Colby Lopez, which is also cool.
What?
Seth Rollins, yeah.
Colby Lopez?
That's a cool name.
No, it's not. What are you talking about?
Colby.
Colby?
I guess
Coming
Colby
to the
is-
ring, it's
Colby!
Yeah. I was thinking more of the Lopez part than the Colby
Lopez is
part.
all right. Yeah.
Well, like Lopez is a fairly common last
Yeah,
name.
but now
I
it's like
guess.
Mario Lopez. That's,
Yeah.
that's the Lopez we
I
all
guess,
know
yeah,
and love.
Colby's not a
Don't
very
try
cool
and fucking
name.
step on Mario Lopez territory. all right?
Yeah.
That's so funny, but now that like you say his real name is Colby Lopez, like oh he does look like a Colby.
Yeah, when
Yeah, I
you say
can
it,
see
I'm like,
that.
It's like damn, let's look at this Colby looking motherfucker.
I'm
Well,
trying
it's
to-
funny because like The Rock is Dwayne.
And Roman Reigns is Joe.
That's so funny, dude.
Fucking Joe. What kind of name is
what is
that?
that?
My name's Joe.
Randy Palufo.
Yeah.
That's
Randy
Randy
Palou-
Macho Man.
Oh, Randy Poffo.
Poffo.
Yes.
Sorry, I think
Yeah.
Caitlin Palufo in my mind.
Yeah.
But Randy Poffo. What a weird. And then
Yeah.
How funny, but then it's like, and then John Cena. is
That's
just-
his real name.
here we are, baby.
They
He's
d-
like
for
really
a while.
He doesn't even have. John Cena lost fucking the rights to his name for WWE,
Yeah.
so technically,
I am owned.
yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
has to. He has to become part owner like The Rock to get his name.
Hulk Hogan is Terry Bollea.
That one is that one's
That
like,
ended up saving his life.
Yeah.
because it was Terry Bollea who hated his daughter
Yeah.
having sex
Not
with
Hulk
black kids.
Hogan.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, brother.
What was the one that was like somebody had a tweet that on that like it was like top post of Reddit like the last year. It was like he wasn't just racist; he was so specifically racist that when his dad almost or his son almost killed somebody in a car wreck, he was worried that they were going to be reincarnated as black people as punishment.
It was wild.
There was something he
was
actually
like
was
saying.
on tape saying,
Yeah.
and you're just like, "What the fuck,
Dude, that is awesome, dude.
I saw
fucking
someone
Hulkamania, baby.
Recently, Hulk Hogan did some interview where he said, "I think I might have one more left in me." And
Yeah, you're
and
like
someone
well,
on Twitter
what?
said,
"It's like one more N-word."
"Yeah." Someone on Twitter said,
You got a lot more than that, brother.
Yeah. I saw someone say, "Give him the Ultimate Warrior comeback," where he appears on Raw once and then dies of a heart attack.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that'd be
Blaze
so-
of glory.
Yeah.
Say-
Ultimate Warrior. His name is Jim Hellwig.
That's
No, dude, his
that's
real
pretty
name is
appropriate.
Ultimate Warrior.
Oh,
Yeah.
he did legally.
It's kind of
change
like
his name,
it's kind of
yeah.
like how like when Batman's like actually Bruce Wayne's the mask. I am
Yeah.
Batman. Like he was Ultimate Warrior.
Also, after Ultimate Warrior was done wrestling, he just like went on like a
Hates the
speaking
gays.
tour
Hates the
where he
gays.
was like just this far right social conservative, like where
Nice.
this like people are saying stuff to him and he's like yelling on tapes like queer and don't make the world go round.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
right, damn it. Nice, dude. Ultimate Warrior knows, dude.
But then he got that really last big. Everyone was like quoting his like Hall of Fame speech or whatever,
Yeah.
and it was like, "This is amazing." Like that guy's a fucking psycho.
Yeah, he's
right?
insane, dude.
I wouldn't listen to anything.
It's like you listen to all of his fucking promos and you're like, what the fuck is this guy even
Oh
talking about?
yeah, the videos of Ultimate Warrior interviews are just insane.
I mean, that whole era of interviews.
Yeah,
was
Randy
just
Savage.
Like, who can be the biggest maniac?
Who is just like completely fucking yacked out of their mind?
Just
like,
the sweatiest mess.
oh, it's what? Hulk Hogan, we're coming for you. That was fucking tight, dude. The N word is so funny. It's such a beautiful word.
Yes.
That's why Joe Rogan loves to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he's a billionaire.
He's a multi-billionaire because he was brave enough to say the N word.
Yeah.
Look at all these fucking rich rappers. They all say the N word.
You think that's how we
Yeah,
become
man.
rich
Look at
podcasters?
Papa John, the most rich fucking pizza man in
Yeah.
the world.
Yeah, you
He
see
loves
those
saying
restaurants.
the N word.
There's a Papa John's in every town. You know what he
Yeah.
got there?
Saying the N word.
That's right, dude. And N words love Papa John's.
Yes.
They love drinking like the butter garlic and stuff, dude. N word approved. White people tested, N word approved. Papa John. Get me in touch with marketing, dude.
yeah, that'll work out great.
Yo, shit, we love Papa John's.
It's like no, Papa already tried that. Papa had already recommended that.
That was
marketing.
odd. He was like, "What if somebody says it like this?" Sorry, Papa.
Yeah. Is Papa John just like not involved with Papa John's anymore?
He's working on the
I believe
fringes.
he's not.
No, I think
Yeah.
they bought him out,
They bought him out.
and now it's just like a name.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's not a bad deal. You get to say the N word and then you get a bunch of money
Yeah,
and you don't have to work anymore.
but like they took his fucking creation away. That would be like if
Yeah.
you said the N word and they took away
This
Buff
podcast.
Boys, dude.
How much
Yeah.
money?
I don't know how much do we have in the Patreon.
How
Like
much am I
100
getting bought out for?
$130.
Man.
Is it worth it?
Yeah.
Only
You
one way to find out.
burn most social bridges in New York.
Yeah.
You get $130.
Yeah.
That's actually not bad.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Mm.
the social bridges in New York are so fragile anyway,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
grow and they
you're gonna
come
break
back.
them anyways.
Exactly.
You might as well get
And
paid
like people
for it.
have like a short memory, like they'll get over it.
Yeah.
It's not like San Francisco where people carry grudges forever. Like,
By the
grow
way,
up.
you owe me $5.
I know, dude. You're never gonna see it.
Is
dude.
it like just smaller scenes in general, or do you think something about the Bay Area specifically?
It's a smaller scene and it's a garbage scene. We'll say that. Good riddance, San Francisco. Fucking losers, dude. Now look at me, the king of New York, dude.
Yeah.
I can say and do whatever I want. I can have anyone I want.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
That's right.
How long ago did you move to New York from San Francisco?
September.
Oh, you're new.
He's
How
fresh,
long were
dude.
you doing stand-up in San Francisco?
Almost going on 7 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause you got passed at the clubs before you left, which is the way to go.
Yeah.
Get that milestone and get out.
Yeah, before, so that's like late 20s. What were you doing before that?
Meth.
Meth and rugby.
So I'm so skinny.
Yeah.
I'm an accountant. So I was working, playing rugby.
playing rugby, being an accountant, and we're like, I need more out of life than this.
No, my ex broke up with me, and I was like, I needed a hobby.
Yeah.
And the joke I say is that like, oh, there's no better hobby than one that gives you an excuse to spend 6 nights a week in a bar.
There you go.
When you're, you know, depressed. And I was like, perfect. You know, found it.
Nice.
But I was always interested in comedy, but that kind of sprung it. Is that like,
Gotcha.
oh, I kind of like always also realized like how much of my life was like wrapped up in this relationship, and I was just like, yeah, I need something else.
Yeah.
Were you like cracking jokes like what amongst the rugby team? There's always somebody on a team who's like the one who like is making the jokes to alleviate whatever tension or thing there is.
mean, rugby is just there's so much weird jokes going on already.
Yeah.
Everybody's a weirdo.
Yeah.
Degenerate.
Nice.
Yep.
You know, like brings it out of everybody, which
Hell
is
yeah.
kind of the fun part. But
Yeah.
Sure, I'm making jokes, but like that wasn't what made me think of it.
Yeah.
You know? Like everybody, like most people are kind of funny in their own way.
Yeah.
You
I guess
know.
growing up, was there a thought of ever playing rugby professionally?
No, I mean, I think I just never saw once I got to college, growing up, like in high school, I was never like the top guy.
Yeah.
And like in college, like on my team, but it was a small market. And then like in college, at like the most competitive level I could play, I wasn't the top guy. And it's like the level I would have to work to get that is
Yeah.
like, I don't really, yeah.
I don't have time for this.
Yeah.
There is just like another level of athlete. I remember.
Yeah,
in
I'm not that. I've seen those. I've seen a lot of
Yeah.
those, and I am not that.
I remember in high school, I had a buddy who was like 6'4", 220 pounds. He was moved up from Texas. He was a high school football player, and he was just like, I would just play catch with him and be like, I don't get. Yeah,
You're another fucking species.
and
like
and he ended up playing at Texas Tech. Never like played in any games, but he was like their 9th string wide receiver, and it was the year
Yeah.
Michael Crabtree was there.
Yeah.
So he was like in a practice, saw Michael Crabtree playing, and I talked to him, and he said after seeing Crabtree in practice, he was like, "Oh, I'm not making the NFL."
Damn,
Yeah.
dude.
It's like to me, he was the other level athlete, and then he saw a guy that was going to the NFL, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Yeah, that's
Bigger
a whole
fish.
yeah."
I think there was one time when like we have the day after Thanksgiving every year we have like a family flag football tournament and a lot of families and come together, and it's like a big fun thing. My uncle coaches at college. He was coaching at Michigan at the time for
Yeah.
football, and Dick Buckus's nephew was like one of his like assistants.
Shit.
And he came out to like the flag football thing, and it's just like, oh my god, this guy's head looks like a football helmet.
Yeah.
Like he was another level, and he fucking broke a kid's arm.
Jesus.
Damn, dude.
It was so funny.
Yeah.
I was like, damn kid, why'd you get in that fucking monster's way?
It's not. It's not even Dick. It's the nephew of a great player. And it still is
and then he was just
insane.
like
Yeah.
he was like the biggest, one of like the biggest dudes I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
And it
Damn.
was just like, oh, and like he's not even a player.
Yeah.
you know, like this.
Just those genetics. Just
yeah, it's enough.
by
it's a good-
proxy. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, oof, that's wild. Yeah, no one in my family's athletic at all. We could never have a family flag football thing. It would just be me playing football and everyone else being tired.
No, that was fun. That was the good thing, was that like our family, like our family especially was mostly athletes, and then like some other families, like we weren't like making it crazy competitive, but some
Yeah.
like my cousin was like a punt returner for like Portland State, and just like watching
Okay.
him like run fucking circles around everybody.
Yeah.
It was just like, this is funny. Yeah.
Yeah, damn. I wish I had an athletic. I always had to like just find a friend, like a bunch of friends to play with, which is
Yeah.
also fun, but it's like tough to coordinate.
Yeah.
If you just have like within your family, we're doing a get together. It's like, oh, while we're all here,
Yeah.
let's go play.
Yeah. It's a. I always had like a built-in fucking go hit people thing if I wanted.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, and then playing football and then rugby year round in high school was like, oh yeah, I got my aggression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just started training martial arts and wrestling, and then it became if I ever did anything, I was immediately the bad guy because it's just like, well, of course
you have an
could-
unfair advantage.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like maybe they should take.
You have an
fucking
unfair
wrestling,
advantage
yeah.
because you actually exercise.
It's like Con Air, where it's like, you're so strong, technically you are a lethal weapon. So you have to go to fucking prison now for even though defending your wife from a rapist.
that was a pretty great
That movie
plot.
That movie fucking rocks, dude.
I
And it's
think-
like, yeah, you're in like a fucking top tier security with like fucking rapists and child murderers.
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah. They're like, oh, we're just transporting him.
Yeah. It's like, I'm just trying to get home to my daughter.
Yeah.
That movie fucking rules,
That
dude.
is for a movie not directed by Michael Bay, that is like the most Michael Bay
Yeah.
fucking movie.
It's John Malkovich, Cyrus the Virus.
so good.
So funny, dude.
Cyrus the Virus. Everybody really killed it in that movie.
Yeah.
As-
Dave Chappelle. Fucking,
Even what's his name? Cole Meany is like the FBI agent, just hates John Cusack for like no reason.
Yeah.
It's like, you fucking hippies. Like, where did this come from?
Dude, that movie fucking rules. I want to watch it again now, dude.
I mean, watch it every day.
Yeah, you got to watch it like
I
every.
haven't seen Con Air.
You
You
never
haven't
what?
seen
I
it?
haven't seen Con Air.
God
no.
damn, man.
Yeah.
If you like, it's like that special like brand of like 90s action movie, like Bruckheimer. Like if you like Bad Boys, if you
if
you like The Rock,
I will
Blue
say,
Streak was another
I
underrated
will say
one.
it's in
Yeah.
the holy trinity of Nicolas Cage 90s
Yes.
action movies
with
Yeah.
that Face Off
and The Rock.
and The Rock.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
those
would
three.
probably really like
He was
it.
on a fucking heater.
He was on a tear for a hot. Like you kind of understand. Like you forget how much of a superstar Nick Cage was in the 90s.
I mean, he was
Gone in
crushing it.
60 Seconds. That was a banger.
Yeah, even his like weird art projects were still good.
Yeah, like
you know?
what was that one where that Christmas movie he's in, like The Other Life, where it's like it's him
Family
and
Man?
Yeah, The Family Man, yeah, with
Yeah.
Taya Leone. Even
Yeah.
that one was like, oh, what a that was like a mind blower at the time, where it's like you could have a whole
Dude,
different life.
did you watch the new one, like the one where he plays himself?
Which one? No,
The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
that's crazy. It's
Wait,
it's-
that's the name.
That's
of an
the name
actual
of the movie. I think that's the name. It's something like that. It
Story
is-
of my life.
He plays himself. He plays himself getting like hired to like down on his luck a bit, getting hired to go to like a millionaire's like party to like his guy's gonna, I'll pay you $1 million come my birthday party. And it turns out he's like an arms trafficker and it's Pedro Pascal.
oh funny.
And it's one of the funniest movies I've seen in
It's
the last,
almost
like,
a little like
10
This
years.
Is the End, where it's like famous people playing themselves at a party.
Well, no, only Nick Cage is playing
Only
himself.
Nick Cage. Pedro Pascal's not Pedro Pascal.
He's Pedro. He's like this. He's a different character.
Yeah.
He's just a huge Nick Cage fan.
Okay. It
And
is
it's
funny. I've been seeing
very
Pedro.
meta.
I've been seeing Pedro Pascal trending just because after Iron Claw came out, and everyone's like, "This movie's great. They need to do one on the Guerreros." Pedro Pascal, you're playing Eddie Guerrero. It's just random people on Twitter casting the
Pedro
movie.
Pascal is Eddie Guerrero. Like
You'd have to put on so
yeah,
much fucking weight.
the thing is that like anybody that has to play Eddie Guerrero is gonna have to be on some fucking juice.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
no, Iron Claw.
you know, like
those
fucking
guys.
Zac Efron.
Yeah.
Like, oh, those guys are
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
doing some juice.
I mean, a lot of those. I mean, you saw
And they also didn't get nearly as big as those guys
Christian
actually
Bale
were.
went from The Machinist to Batman Begins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
And they were like,
yeah,
T.A. chicken
yeah.
breasts.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
I heard
okay.
an interview with Nick Cage because he was potentially up for the role of the wrestler that went to Mickey Rourke, and Nick
Oh,
Cage
really?
said he didn't want to do it because he didn't want to take steroids,
Yeah,
and he would have had to.
which
Yeah.
is two bags.
Unless he-
roided up Nick Cage.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty
Although
sick.
Nick Cage, he could have done like it as like a Shawn Michaels type guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels still geared up. You know.
Yeah, I guess. That's
I
so
don't
funny.
think I don't think Shawn Michaels necessarily was. I don't know. He's not that big.
You don't have. You understand? Is he's not that big compared to the other guys. If
Yeah.
you met Shawn Michaels in person at the height, you'd be like, "Oh, this guy's fucking large." You
Yes,
know?
large, but I don't think.
I met Rob Van Dam one time. You
Yeah,
think he's big?
He's thick.
He's fucking
Yeah.
big.
I mean, there's a lot of the. Yeah, there's a lot of
he was
those.
at Hood Slam.
yeah, dude.
I went to him at Hood. Like,
Nice,
he,
yeah.
He did. He didn't like perform. But he did like. Oh, he was back when he was trying to stand. Because remember, Greg Gettle opened up for him.
That's
At the
right.
TNA
That's
lounge?
right. And he was like,
Because he was like trying to do comedy, which all those wrestling guys do when they retire. Because it's just like, oh,
Right.
this is a way for me to sell out a place and just tell wrestling stories, which is
Yeah,
what
Jake the Snake was doing that
Jake
in
the
New
Snake
York
was
for
doing
a
it.
bit.
Rikishi
Yeah.
was doing it. He did.
Mick
Rikishi
Foley did a
Cobbs.
few.
Yeah,
a night with Rikishi.
Yeah.
Rikishi, one night
one
only.
man show.
Yeah. Rikishi on Rikishi.
I,
Yeah, like Mick Foley does it all the time.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah. It's like, oh, these guys write great books. It's like, yeah, they're not stand-ups. But who cares?
Yeah.
Like
They're entertainers.
They need
and-
money.
Yeah.
They need money for all the medical bills that they have. I have got to go.
Oh, okay.
It's about my
Yeah.
time.
No worries.
Yeah.
What are we up to?
Oh, we went long. Yeah.
We're a little over. All right. Yeah, Marty can go. And me and you will talk about our feat of strength
Yeah.
this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is there a thing we missed? The feet of
At
strength.
the end of the episode, we always talk
Oh well,
about
I
a
can.
feat of
Okay, we'll
strength.
do it. I will stick around for a quick
Okay,
thing.
I'll bring
yeah.
up this feat of strength. We have a different one every week, so I was looking up one for this week, and I thought a fun one would be to bring up the heaviest leg press ever done. Do we know who it is that's
Vince
done
McMahon.
it? No.
Ronnie Coleman.
Ronnie Coleman, 2,300-pound
Lightweight, baby, lightweight.
Dude,
Everybody wants to be a bodybuilder. No one wants to lift this heavy ass weight.
all I wanted to do is bring him up so we could just talk about Ronnie Coleman. Because, oh my God.
What a gem.
I think I said.
I love that he destroyed his body, and he was like, it was worth it. It was
Yes.
absolutely worth
Most
it.
people like a Mick Foley was like, I have some regrets. Ronnie Coleman's like, yeah.
Yeah,
This is
it's
the
like-
best decision I ever made in my entire fucking life.
Anyone else would have been like, I should have done it smarter. Your health is the most important thing. It's like, no, I was a legend. I fucking set records that no one's going to be able to break.
Yeah.
Because
I-
nobody wants to make that sacrifice.
And I think so many people don't know they're hearing Ronnie Coleman because his things he's said have been so mean. Have you ever heard, yeah, buddy, that's Ronnie Coleman?
Yeah. He's like if people-
Lightweight.
He's one of those like really well known people that people don't know his name.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
But it's like
They've seen that face. They've
you know
heard
Ronnie
that voice.
Coleman. He's like if he had done one movie, he would have been like an Arnold Schwarzenegger type.
Right.
You know? But yeah.
but it's also like they know Ronnie Coleman, like, but they don't know Ronnie Coleman now. Like
yeah.
they know like Ronnie Coleman like in his prime.
Yeah.
But like
yeah.
if you saw Ronnie Coleman today, like walking with his like walker,
He's got like a
like,
walker. He
Yeah.
can't because
This
he
is
lifted
less good.
Lifted so much, but
he
20
bench pressed too much.
He 2,300-pound leg press is
That's
ridiculous.
insane.
That's
Yeah.
like nuts, but it's also like, but at what cost? Because now he can't walk at all.
Who cares?
That's true. Yeah. No pain, no gain.
Yeah, no pain, no gain.
Lightweight,
Joe.
baby.
Lightweight.
Yeah.
All right.
Why do you think we're doing this?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, Marty, thank you so much for joining us, man. That
yeah,
was
guys.
a pleasure.
This was fun. Thanks for having me.
Of course, man. All right.
Thank you guys for listening. Stick around for the Patreon.
Bye.
Bye.